So, what we are going to talk about tonight is the first night of the debates, which was, I gotta say, even all last 2016 combined. I mean, this was the most fun, entertaining, badass debate I've ever seen, like ever. It was so effing good. Everybody had their moments, um, but and I know it's going to sound biased, but I'll prove to you it's not. The first debate last month, I gave Bernie a B plus. I was bummed, but tonight I am telling you, Bernie brought like A plus 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 plus. That, like, Bernie, oh my God, I was so proud of him. Oh my God, you guys are gonna see clips, you're gonna see memes. Oh my God, Bernie was like, just like, he brought that fire. It was incredible. Oh my God, I have goosebumps thinking about it. I was screaming at my TV, like, I'm so glad I have a house and not an apartment, because they probably would have been like calling the cops or something, because I was like, yeah, and just like screaming bloody murder when like Warren would talk and lie. I'd be like, shut the fuck up. So yeah, I'm really glad that I was here by myself. Well, besides Duchess. But oh my God, you guys, there were so one of the things, you guys may have already seen clips, but it was, oh my God, I can't handle it. He was like, what the hell was his name? I get them all confused because they all look the damn same. I think it was Ryan. Yeah, Ryan. He's like, Bernie was talking about how it's not going to leave, Medicare for all won't leave anyone uncovered. And Ryan was like, you don't know that? And he goes, I wrote the damn bill. It was amazing. So now I wrote the damn bill is trending on, that hashtag is trending on Twitter. It was fucking incredible. Bernie brought his grumpy grandpa times 10. She did. I mean, he brought that fire so hardcore. It was beautiful. It was so good. Like Tim Ryan and Delaney, well, they are both in crying in the fetal position right now because of Bernie. I can tell you guys, like, oh my God, he destroyed them. Destroyed them. It was beautiful. So I have like so many notes because I didn't realize it was freaking 3 hours. I didn't know that. So that's why I initially put the show at 10:30, and I'm like, oh my God, this isn't stopping. And the first hour, they didn't even have a single commercial. Bernie even called out Jake Tapper. It was beautiful. Tim Ryan, the first thing I noticed when Tim Ryan came out, was that every other person before him had shaken people's hands and he didn't shake anyone's. He just came out and stood in his spot, which I think was funny. So in any case, Tim Ryan at one point, he goes, Bernie, it's okay. You don't have to yell. And it was really sad. He literally said, you don't have to yell. It was like, and he said it with these like puppy dog eyes. Like, he really was kind of pleading with him, like, don't yell at me. We're having a discussion. That dude was weak as hell. I don't even know why he was up there. I don't know how he made it. But yeah, that was, oh my God. Like, Bernie, you don't have to yell. If that was a woman who said that, they'd be going batshit crazy right now because Bernie's sexist and shit. So, what else? Ryan did. Oh, Bullock. Bullock and Klobuchar. They both kept saying all night that, you know, I won in red states. I've won in red states. It's like, yeah, assholes, because you're Republicans. Why aren't you getting that? Why are you bragging about that? Like, you shouldn't be like, okay, yes, winning in a red state. That's awesome. That's something to be proud of. But you keep saying you won in every red state, like, and you won in districts that went to Trump, and it's like, yeah, because they see you as the same. And Hickelhopper was like, I'm as progressive as everyone on this stage, but like, dude, you progressively suck. You progressively get stuck at 2%. No. Brian, you are scaring me, but I said the same damn thing a few days ago. Brian Wood said Hillary will be jumping in before December. And that's my fear. I think, honestly, like, everyone has this huge, like, oh my God, Liz Warren, even though she's not progressive and she sucks. I can tell you right now, she works. She met with Hillary after she announced. She's met with Cap numerous times, and she hired all of Hillary's campaign staff. So, I mean, yeah, I could see Hillary being on her staff in some respect, but I can also see Kamala being with Warren as well. So, yeah, I think people are crazy if they trust Liz. I mean, they're just, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, there are so many things wrong with her. And she blatantly lied again tonight about, taking corporate money is why everything's like this. Bitch, you take corporate money. Come on. Like, seriously, come on. Stop. And then people take the sound bites. And it's like, oh, she's so strong. No. Mm-mm. So, no, that's not what happened. You guys, I know progressives are good, with researching and stuff, but we have a responsibility as progressives that when somebody says, yes, queen, because they like stand up and say something, that is when we come in and say, hey, it's cool she said that, but look, I'm going to show you that just 9 months ago, she took money from Raytheon. And I'm going to show you this clip when she just went on Cenk Uyghur's show and said straight up, I'll take dark money and PAC money, and all bets are off, all rules are off when it comes to the general. Like, these are things she just did recently. Give them the article about how she transferred over $10 million in PAC money from her senatorial campaign to her presidential campaign, and now, oh, but I'm not taking PAC money. Yeah, you are, because you transferred it. So there's a bunch of shit. So that is our responsibility to, give these people receipts. Too many people are falling for her shit. Yeah, unilateral disarmament. Exactly. Yep. She doesn't answer questions ever. Like, she even did that tonight. She was like, well, they were like, yes or no. And she'd go, well, here's the thing. And it's like, nah, dude, just yes or no. And, so in any case, let me see what else. Tim Ryan said that, Bernie has stated that he believes that undocumented citizens, if they do need health care, he does believe we should provide it. And it's like, why the hell not? Because if everybody, because he's talking about Medicare for all, if Medicare for all means all, and people come into our country and they're sick, which a lot of times they are because they just walked 200 miles, why would we turn them away? That's inhumane. And so then Tim Ryan said that he thinks that's just encouraging more people to, to come over. And he doesn't believe in decriminalizing the border. So, he's very Republican. Let me see. He calls Bernie's policies wish list economics. Yeah. Rob, no. No, I don't. I really don't. Rob wants to know if I think Warren dominated, and I think no. And one of the reasons being is that her voice shakes. It always trembles. She doesn't answer things yes or no. She's insincere. She does her whole my granddaddy, and she pulls her, oh my God, she fucking used Addie. You guys all know Addie. He's the gentleman who has ALS, and he endorsed Bernie. He campaigned for Bernie. He endorsed Bernie again, and he endorsed Bernie because Bernie fights for the real Medicare for all. But then freaking Warren brings up Addie and uses him as a prop and says, my good friend Addie, no, bitch, no. You waver on Medicare for all. You waver on it. You don't get to call out Addie's name. It's not cool. And the one gentleman, he's coming on my show. I can't think of his name. Damn. He has a different Twitter name. But in any case, his son just died because he didn't have a $20 copay to get his antidepressants. And he committed suicide. He was in his 20s, and he was a father. And that happened because of a lack of a $20 copay. Now, Kamala brought out that piece of utter shit, Medicare for all thing yesterday that is just pure trash and has nothing to do with Medicare for all. And she used this gentleman's story and put it in a tweet. And he is retweeting over and over, please take this down. I endorsed Bernie. I want Bernie's Medicare for all. You do not have my permission to capitalize on my son's suicide. Take it down. And she's like, I don't know if she's not getting the message, but you would think her people should at least be reading her streams. It's still up there. And we're all like, take it down. Like, it's like, Heather Heyer. Joe Biden comes out and uses her in a video and never asked her mom or anything like that. And then Heather Heyer's best friend comes on and says, no, she was Bernie all the way. She would not want her video used in Joe Biden. And it's just like, people keep, like, these people all endorse Bernie and he doesn't evoke their name. So why the hell should you? I mean, it's so gross. Like, you are using people. It's just so gross. Delaney is, with hashtag dropout Delaney trending for like 2 weeks, and an actual petition to get him to drop out. I don't know why he hasn't dropped out. He's something. And his facial expressions, I thought my facial expressions were pretty intense. This dude, I kept thinking he was going to barf. Go look at some of the GIFs they're creating. It's incredible. he also came out with a bill 2 days ago that essentially starts a mandatory draft, like mandatory service, which is just incredible. Well, the CNN did the ageist shit. Bernie was standing in the center because he's highest in the polls right now, and then Buttigieg was next to him, and and they said to Pete, "You're the youngest candidate in the race, and this is the oldest candidate in the race." I was like, "Nuh-uh. No, Gravel is 89, asshole. Stop pretending he's not there." But yeah, and it was such a gotcha question. Like, he wanted Pete to, like, Pete did still throw some shade, but like not directly. It was pretty obvious it was about Byrne, but not directly. But yeah, they were trying to do some shit. Do I think AOC is going to endorse Bernie? Ooh, you're getting me in trouble. People get really pissed when I talk about this. But honestly, I'm 50-50. I don't trust anyone except Bernie, and that's because he earned it. It took me like 4 years to say that I trust that man. So do I think it would be absolutely the end of her career and like the dumbest mistake in the universe if she didn't? Absolutely. But I don't know. That people don't always think logically. Here's one of the reasons. Because Pelosi still has some pull on her. And anyone who thinks she doesn't is kidding themselves, because she does. So yes, I could see Pelosi saying, "You better not endorse Bernie or else blah, blah, blah," that kind of nonsense. So yeah, I'm not counting on it. I'm absolutely not counting on it. She has, thrown out Warren's name a lot, and made little cutesy videos about Game of Thrones with her and, shit. So I don't know. I feel like in my gut, she honestly may go with Warren. But at this point, I am going to say 50-50. I just don't trust people, quite honestly. I think, the whole no expectations, no disappointments. I do not want to be presumptuous of anything. I think it's really dangerous to be like on Twitter, people will be like, when she endorses Bernie, well, you may have a rude awakening, because she keeps saying she won't endorse anyone into New York, and by that time the primaries are half over, which is jacked up. I mean, I could see waiting until primaries start, but waiting that long, okay. Oh God. AOC is friendly with Harris. See, I can only see, I don't know. Oh, yeah, she won't get reelected if she doesn't endorse Bernie. Like, she's done. Like, all of the people who got her elected were burners. I mean, So yeah, time will tell, but unfortunately that's not going to be for like 9 months at least. So we'll see. But as far as, do I think Tulsi will? I think if and when she drops, absolutely. I don't know how long she's going to stay in. She still has not met the qualifications for the third debate. She's actually like really, really short at this point. She may get in. I'm not sure. But I don't know. I think if Tulsi endorses anyone, it would be Bern. Oh, sweet. Great. Thanks, William. Okay, William put a link to a poll in the comments that says that Bern is winning. I think, one of the things about Bernie that, okay, she did just vote for anti-BDS, but you know what else she voted for that a lot of people didn't, take note of because they were paying attention to impeachment and all this other shit. Something else that Tulsi just voted for last week was another increase on the military budget. A lot of people don't even realize that that vote happened, but it did, and she voted yes. So that's 2 votes 2 days in a row that are bothersome. Yeah. So I try. I don't want to say attack, but I try not to like come at Tulsi because the fact of the matter is, if Bern wins this shit, there's like a 1,000,000,000% chance she's going to be on his team in some capacity. SOD, SOS, VP, whatever. She'll be involved. So for me to come out and like straight up, go over her voting history and stuff like that, like I'm not trying to give fuel to people. Plus, it's like, there's already like so much tension between Tulsi supporters and Bernie supporters. So I kind of, even if I just mention her name, it's like, whoosh, Joy, you asshole, you hate Tulsi, fuck you. No, I'm literally like, I call Bernie out too. It's really okay to not hero worship. It's all right. But yeah, I think like Tulsi supporters, like, and I don't mean this, and there's no like nice way to say it. I don't mean it this way, but like, there's so few of them that like they feel like you're always attacking them. That came out, it sounds rude, but that's not what I mean. I just mean like, there's few of you and there's many of them, and they're, calling you like, Putin's puppet and all that shit. And then, so somebody says like one thing and you like immediately get defensive. But burners, for the most part, are pretty fine with Tulsi. We just don't want her over Bernie. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, Cheryl, I gotta say I'm there with you. Bernie Sanders, 38%. Woo-wee! Yeah. William, is that like a website or where is the poll from? You know what, Taylor? So I never actually thought of that until tonight. Taylor wants to know if we think Williamson will endorse Bern after when she's out of the primary. I don't know, and I never thought of it until tonight, but if you notice, after Bernie gave his closing statement, she clapped. And not sure what you mean, Rob. I don't support Warren. So 48% in daily codes. Oh, Marcos is gonna have a shit fit. That's awesome. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. Delaney said, bad policies like Medicare for all will reelect Trump. Independents will never vote for that. It's political suicide. Proud independent that won't vote for someone who does not give Medicare for all. So, oops. Oh, okay. Good, Rob. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, Carmen, she did say that. That's why I'm kind of like, I'm not sure if she'd do Bernie. She seems like she agrees with Bernie on more, because she's, not pro-war. But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I think the only, lack of a better term, the only hope we have of people dropping and endorsing Byrne would be Tulsi and Williamson. Maybe, I mean, like really small, maybe Yang. Maybe. Because it looks like a lot of his people are like Bernie's second to them. But and Yang has given him some props on stuff. But yeah, Marianne, she had a good night. I mean, she really had a good night. Like, if people want to say strong woman, no. Elizabeth's voice shakes. Marianne was strong as fuck. Like, she was, her answer on reparations was like, whoa. Like, holy shit. If you get a chance to see that clip, do it. But one of the things, and I wrote down the exact words that had me screaming and like jumping up and down, was Marianne said, I see some people on this stage and wonder why you are even Democrats. That was so amazing. That was fucking amazing. Because it's like, they're not. So it was so nice to see someone on stage, actually say, like, are you sure you guys are Democrats? Oh, no, like Yang, like, no. Like, he is like a never ever for me. But I'm saying he does give Bernie props. So, those are the only ones I think might, and I mean like might, like endorse Byrne. I don't think Delaney and Ryan will. Let me see, what else did he say? Oh, Delaney said, why do we have to be so extreme? Because status quo is working great. Cindy, I said that too, and I got ripped a new one. I said that, when Trump was first elected, or even in the general, one of the common talking points was he's a businessman with zero political experience. What is Yang? What is Marianne Williamson? These are business people with no political experience. So I kind of feel like, well, I'd like to have someone who actually like knows how stuff works. I don't know why Delaney's there, but you know what's one of the funniest / saddest things I've ever seen? 2 days ago on Twitter, Hicklehopper put a video out. It was like 30 seconds. He was stuttering. He was on a subway going like this, and it was so bad. And I'm like, it's like 30 seconds. Why can't you just reshoot it? And he goes, because of you, we did it. We did it. We're bringing out all the dogs and stuff like that. And he's like, we made it to 2%. And he was not joking. Like, he really thought it was a victory. He was so excited. He was like, we made it to 2%. That was a huge, huge victory for him. And it's really sad. Like, I honestly feel bad for him that he's celebrating 2%, because that's really bad. Nickel hopper, pickle pooper. Well, the thing is, Steve, I understand that. I understand, that Tulsi, doesn't have the money, and that, like, a lot of people don't understand why people can't throw her a dollar. Well, here's the thing with that. She's running against Bernie. They're running for the same position. And there are Bernie support. I gave her a dollar. But there are some Bernie supporters who are like, why are we going to support someone who is running against our candidate and will take votes from our candidate? And I get that. And she needs a better strategic team, because Tulsi literally doesn't even have 500,000 followers on Twitter. Like, not even 500,000. You're running for president. Even like Marianne Williamson has over 3 million. Freaking even Delaney has more than that. And of course it's jokes, most of it, but it's like you have less than 500,000. I mean, like, Bernie has 9.4 million. So yeah, I mean, most people do get their information on social media. That is very important. So I just don't think her team is doing, I don't know how many volunteers they have or whatever, but I don't think they're doing as much as they could to, like, get her out there. Yeah, I don't know. I really think that Ryan and Delaney are crying in the fetal position right now. Like, Bernie gave it to them so good. That's Hicklehopper said, I'm as progressive as anybody up here. That was funny. Yeah, Tulsi has less than 500,000 and Bernie has 9.4 million. Yeah, I thought her numbers would go up after the debate, but I think it will after tomorrow. If she goes strong and if she goes hard tomorrow, then she will. So there was this one part where Hicklehopper said, Hicklehopper said something about Medicare for all, and he goes, and Bernie goes, and Hicklehopper goes, well, throw your hands up, Bernie, and he goes, and he totally just mocked him, like, it was so incredible. I want to watch one of my shows back without the sound on. But yeah, he, like, straight up mocked him. It was freaking awesome. Bernie was like extra savage grumpy grandpa. It was beautiful. Yeah, Stacey, you're right. Hicklehopper. I don't know what the hell his name is. Well, here's the thing. Tulsi did start with words with Kamala last week. So I personally think it was strategically so that they would specifically ask her a question about it tomorrow night, and then it wouldn't be looked at as much as, like, instigating, since they would be the one asking it. But it'll be funny to, what are you going to say? Every time you dislike something about Kamala, we're racist or sexist. Well, a woman of color is going to be calling her out. So they'll come up with something else. But what else did Hicklehopper say? You need an evolution, not a revolution. What does that even mean? We already exist. Like, I don't even know what that means. He was, a lot of these dudes like really, really tried to get some kind of saying that would take off and like trend on Twitter or something, and it was just really bad. Let me see what else. Oh, Hicklehopper said socialist, referring to yourself as socialist, you may as well just FedEx the election right to Trump's doorstep. It's like, dude, like everyone's getting called a socialist. Even freaking Republicans like Buttigieg are getting called a socialist. It's hilarious. I wish he was. He did. Oh, this was good. Delaney actually said that, I mean, it's very obvious that he never read Bernie's Medicare for All bill, or if he did, he's just like making shit up. He said to Bernie, you're making it illegal if people don't do Medicare for All. You're going to pass Medicare for All. You're going to take you're going to take millions of people off of their own insurance, have them uninsured for X amount of time, and then you're going to penalize them and make it illegal if they don't get on Medicare for All. And Bernie's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? So then I think it was Dana Bash said, you know, to Bernie, what do you say to Delaney about that? And he goes, you're wrong. And just kind of like look in the camera, like, you're wrong. Oh my God, he was on it. Hi, boogers. Oh my God, that debate, you guys, I can't even. It was not just the Bernie parts, like it was just so good because Bernie was actually like yelling stuff at Delaney like while he was talking. Oh, so then Bernie, one of the things he threw at Jake, which just made me freaking like want to just jump up and squeeze the hell out of him. He said, Bernie said to Jake, you're giving a Republican talking point. And you know what? It makes sense because they're the ones who are going to pay for the commercials when we go to break. Damn, Bernie. Yeah. That's our man. That's what's up. That kicked ass. Buttigieg has a great plan. Like, awesome. His healthcare plan is called Medicare for All Who Want It. Okay, cool. I've worked in health insurance for 10 years. I'm not sure how such a thing is feasible. The for-profit insurance industry is either involved or it is not. Also, these people seem to not comprehend or not care that these things would be free. And people say, no, I like my insurance. No, you don't. You like your doctor. Your insurance, okay, great. You only have $100 copayment? Great. On Medicare for All, you have $0. Who in the living F is going to say, I'd rather take my $1,000 deductible than my $0 deductible? Like, they don't even want to try to understand. And then it's illegal? Illegal. No, actually, even though it's not illegal, what Obama did is what's shady because he's making people pay thousands of dollars every year if they choose not to get health care because they can't freaking afford it, and then they're getting charged. That is a problem. I'm kind of surprised that no one points out that Bernie Medicare for All would be better. than being. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Michael. You're absolutely right. I think a lot of people also don't realize that, you're like, oh my God, I wish I got, paid more and things like that. Well, guess what? When your employers don't have to pay for your health care, which is a huge, huge, huge racket, your wages can go up. That's how that works. They would literally, a single company would save millions in healthcare costs. So that being said, you're going to have that extra money. That's when they can afford to either hire more people or increase wages or things, or give more vacation, things like that. People don't realize it would be so advantageous in so many different ways. Yeah, Buttigieg, who just had, he just hired for his strategy advisor, something, a big title, a guy who was in charge of Capital One. And he, tonight, even though he just had like huge fundraisers, tonight he decided, this is Buttigieg, to talk about the trouble with money in politics. So he's similar to Warren and Kamala. Nice little sound bites. Gets the cheers, that's all they freaking play. And, oh, they sound just like Bernie. Same thing. But the cool thing is, FEC records are public. You can literally go to the website right now and look at every freaking donation any one of them has ever taken. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't do that. So they, they say, oh, well, she said she doesn't take corporate money. Cool. But her records don't lie. So, so they asked Mayo Pete about his racial injustices in South Bend. I'm not sure how much you guys know about him. He's absolutely just awful, 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 awful. As far as the African American community goes, it's bad. And he's literally polling at 0% with African Americans, and has since the day he got in the race. He has contributed to all-out gentrification of South Bend. It's disgusting. And there was a shooting. Cop killed an unarmed black man, shocker, right in South Bend in Mayo Pete's town. So he goes there. The mother of that man would not even look him in the eye. It was so heartbreaking. She went like this. She couldn't even look at him. It was so just gut-wrenching. And, tonight he was like, when I look into the eyes of the mother who have lost her son, I was like, oh my God, I have screenshots that show she wouldn't even look at you. He has a horrible, horrible reputation with African Americans. There was a woman who had a young son who was still in high school, and he was being bullied and called the N-word and all this crap. And one day he was found hanging from a tree. And to this day, it was several years back, to this day, nothing has been done. No one has been caught. The mother called and wrote Buttigieg day after day after day for over 2 years. Never returned her call, never sent an email, nothing. This dude was mayor, okay? Mayor. That's not that big of, an area. Like, it's one town? Are you kidding me? And you can't speak to this poor woman whose son was just found hanging from a tree? these are the kinds of things that he ignored. So, yeah, I mean, and when he was, then he showed up the next day for the gentleman who was just murdered by the cop in um, South Bend. When he showed up, this African American woman was like, "You didn't do anything for us, and now you want our vote?" And he goes, "I don't want your vote." I was like, "Ooh, you probably shouldn't have said that." And she goes, "Good, because you ain't gonna get it." I was like, "Yes, that's what's up." But I feel so bad for these people because they're like, that's gotta suck. Like, I know a lot of people in Massachusetts feel that way about Warren as well. Like, she's polling horribly. Kamala's polling horribly in California. It's like the people, well, except for Bernie. Bernie still gets 94% of the vote in Vermont. But people know you in your state. They know you. And, it's, I don't know. It's absolutely crazy. Let me see. Bernie said that today in 1954 was when Medicare was created. So today is the actual anniversary, which is pretty rad. He took damn socialist. He took some people to Canada, I think 2 days ago. And he's done it many times. He's in a Michael Moore documentary from years back. So he's done it a lot because he's in Vermont and it's not far from Canada. So he took them to Canada to show people how ridiculous the prices contrast. So he went there and, he was giving examples like one woman got her insulin for $32 and it's over $300 here. And, it's a lot of neo-lib talking points like, oh, they're lesser quality. No, they're not. They're made by the same exact companies. The only difference is that in Canada, they actually put caps on their medications. So they can't be charged above X, Y, and Z. That's why. So, if we have no caps on no, limits on any of our prescriptions, none. In Canada, they do. Here, they might charge $10, $10 per pill. And over there, they're like 5 cents because they have no restrictions. They can charge whatever. And yeah, it literally is like just across the border. So that's really, I can't even imagine, like I have medical needs as well, but these people who literally, I mean, there was that 21-year-old beautiful kid that just died because he was rationing his insulin. Then there was a woman the week before who was 31 and a mother, and she died because she was rationing her insulin. So when Warren comes out and says, my prescription bill is so that people don't have to pay more than $500 a month on prescriptions, we're supposed to get excited about that? Many people do pay under that, so it doesn't do shit for them. What about the ones who can't pay $100? Like $500 a month? That's how privileged someone is, that they think that that's a good thing. $500 a month. Oh my God, she's so privileged. She grosses me out. One thing that really annoyed me about Warren was she kept saying over and over, your God-given right. Not all of us believe in a God, so can you stop? That to me is so just annoying because no, like a lot of people have to fight for things. They're not just given. So it's just, I don't know, it just bothers me. It's very, I don't know, there's something sanctimonious about it. It's very expensive, absolutely. My mom is 74, my dad's 78, and I talk to them about some of these things, and like my mom lives in low income housing, and she gets $12,000 a year from Social Security. Literally, that's all she has. That's it. So, obviously she lives in low income housing. What else is she gonna do besides move into my basement, which I prefer not to. Sorry, Mom. But in any case, she oh my God. Jenna, I'll talk to her about that. That's awful. But in any case, my mom said to me, I was talking to her on the phone yesterday, and she said, Joy, what does a socialist mean? Now, she's in her 70s. She doesn't have a computer or a cell phone. She just watches TV. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, because when I tell people that you want Bernie, they say he's a socialist. And I just want to make sure what that means. And I said, Mom, do you have a Social Security card? She said, well, yeah. I said, do you have Medicare? Yeah. You're a socialist. And she's like, oh, what does it mean? I said, it's socialized programs. That's what it means. It's literally, police, ambulance, snow plows. Like that's socialism. They use it as as slander to him, even though, like, if it didn't exist, we'd all be kind of screwed. So in any case, I was trying to explain this to her, and she has access to a lot of elderly people because she lives in a building that is all 65 and older or disabled. So what do they need to be spoken to about the most? Social Security and Medicare. Some of these, like, hey, what about Joe Biden? He wants to cut it. Like, actually cut it. When people like my mom can't even exist on what she has without having, like, it's gross. So Bernie actually wants to expand it. And we know because of MMT, we have that option. So yeah, it's really interesting. So I'm trying to teach her about all these things. And then when she goes, out the next morning to talk to her friends, she's able to explain to them more what, why they should support Bernie and what this will mean for them. It's really, like, daunting to think about, the amount of elderly people who don't learn these things, and they think, oh, I'm just going to go with Biden because Obama was a great guy. He didn't bomb 7 countries. I'm just going to go with Biden. And then he cuts their Medicare and their Social Security, and all these things happen, and they have to wait 4 years to even get hope that anything's going to change. So we really, we have over 1 million volunteers. We know we have a lot, just like last time. We know we have a lot of millennial votes. But this time, I think it's important that we also, reach out to the older folks, because it does seem like Biden's support absolutely is like 50 and over. Absolutely. So that being said, I think we got to hit them. I think, that's going to be what differentiates the election for sure. So I think that's, one other thing I wanted to tell you guys. Warren said, no matter who the Dem nominee is, I will work my heart out for any Dem nominee, no matter what. So I think that she said that because, people give Bernie shit. Like, he didn't do enough for Hillary, even though he did like 41 events. I feel like the way she said it was totally like, she's catering to shills. Yes, she said she's going to do everything for the Dem candidate. And you know what's really funny? Beto was in an article last month where he said, I will not vote blue no matter who. I got to look at the people and what their policies are. I was like, oh shit, his supporters are going to flip. Yo, that's funny as hell. Of course, he'd be down with voting for a Republican, but yeah, that was really interesting. So, and one of the other things Warren said that I was like, maybe she will go with Kamala, was she said, laws matter. What does that even mean? Laws matter? No, because certain things are laws right now and they're not okay. So yeah, it was just really freaking weird. I'm not sure what laws matter. I think that's all I had. Why does Beto always bounce when he talks? That was really distracting. Really distracting. Oh, this is problematic. When they were talking about immigration, obviously, and Beto said that he would prefer that instead of letting people come here, that we would give them money to help better their situations. Yeah, that's actually not something we don't want to do. We want to do. We don't really want to be interventionalists. That's not a good thing. Right, exactly, Rebecca. It's like, wait, slavery, it's I was like, she's Kamala, like she's going Kamala. Kamala's niece posted a photo of Kamala and Warren like up against each other, like smiling, like and she made a statement with the photo like, I can see them working together so clearly. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. And I was like, okay, yeah, I could see that happening. So that's what's gonna happen, because so many people that are like thinking, I'm just gonna go with Warren instead of Bernie, they're going to be really sad when she ends up picking like a total shit cabinet of neo-libs and Republicans. I don't think Warren's going to drop out, Taylor. I have no reason to think that. At first, she was only at like 4% and 6%. And then I was like, she needs to just drop. This is pathetic. But now, she's going up in the polls because she's, vagina and all that. So I don't know. I don't see her dropping out, unfortunately. I see the end. And I was talking about this with Douche last night. I see the end being at the convention, and I'll be there again. Bernie, Biden, Kamala, Warren, and perhaps Buttigieg. Those are my 4 to 5. That's what I think. I don't know. It's over a year away, so shit's gonna change. Like, how like at first it was Kamala, then it was Beto, then it was Buttigieg, then it was Biden, now it's Warren. It's the establishment cannot make up their mind. They're just kind of, and then maybe you guys can help me out with this. I've been looking online like crazy to see when the latest date is that you can enter to run for presidency, because I still have this like really jacked up fear that like someone else will like jump in. Like Hillary. So I just like, I want to know, like, because it's not, because the debate's already started. That has nothing to do with it. You can jump in after the debates. And there's a few people who still haven't made any of the debates. So besides Gravel, the other ones should just drop. Yes, and you're right. Yeah, absolutely. Beto? No, Beto's not going to endorse Bernie. Hell no. Or is that a joke? No. Oh my God, no. Oh my God. I would love to see Bernie stick his finger in his face and be like, you know what, Beto? No, I think Beto would endorse Kamala, hands down. Wait, Tom Steyer. Who's. It sounds familiar. When did he announce? Don't tell me like today or something. Because then we're up to 26. But I'm after tonight's performance. Yeah, George, unfortunately, that's a lie. A lot of people swear that Biden and Beto are going to do a ticket. I don't see that. I don't. I really don't. Who would Biden's VP be? I have no freaking clue. Oh, yeah. This is why TYT is garbage. Okay, so anyone who actually watched the debate, did you guys notice how Klobuchar is so rehearsed to the point that, remember when Hillary did the one appearance and she read the cue card, she goes, sigh, because she was reading it. That's I was waiting for that to happen with Klobuchar tonight, because she was just like really like, she would say stuff and then be like halfway through it. It was just really bad. Oh my God, Tom, no! So according to my buddy Tom, oh my God, they have until 1/31/2020 to enter. Dude, we have 6 months. Oh my God. This is, oh my God, that's so sad. Yeah, Ryan, I know, right? Yeah, Jennifer, I've heard other people say that Klobuchar is very Minnesota. Yeah, Brad, you're so right. Like, I honestly could see Biden and Kamala running together. Like, I totally could see that. It's like the SATs trying to come up with all these different, ways things could go. Well, they're totally pimping Warren. They are. Oh, this is for Taylor, who's asking about TYT. Schenck has been literally lying on Twitter lately and making posts that are blatant lies. Things like that. They're just go look at them at Twitter. It's not pretty. Also, they're bajillionaires. So, they're far from independent media. They gave over $1 million to Hillary. We found that out on WikiLeaks. So, I've never liked them, ever. But yeah, they've They're so obsessed with Warren. They're, yeah, yuck. Duchess! Lee, absolutely. Absolutely. Lee said that by saying that you won't take money until after the primaries, you're basically just saying to the corporate donors to go ahead and write the checks. You'll be around to collect them shortly, with a wink and a nod. And that's absolutely right. I mean, if you're against it, you're against it, period. And another thing that's just so annoying and frustrating is that these people ran for Senate literally 9 months ago and had none of this stuff on their platform. None of it. And now all of a sudden, I've got a plan for that. No. I'm sticking with the OG. I don't trust anyone else. Yeah, I agree, Sean. And the fact that, neolibs and corporate media and all that shit has such a huge boner for Warren should make people think, because they're not going to be that excited about someone who's a real progressive. I can tell you that much. You will never see anyone, corporate being like, yay, Bernie. But the fact that they're all like, oh, Warren had great points and Warren this, Warren that. No. Yeah, that says enough right there. Third Way came out with a tweet that said it was like a leaked Third Way tweet, and it said they said, we're not worried about anything Elizabeth Warren says on universal health care, because we know she won't stick to it. Hey, Stephen. Hope you're well. Oh yeah, Rob, dude, I'm telling you, it's all over Twitter. They're like, seriously, like, Warren obsessed. And Shank made a post a few days ago that said he's glad that Warren is paving the way for these ideas. Are you kidding me? And she's changed the discussion by her being in the race. I have to get up for work at 6, which is 5 hours. So before we go, though, I do want to, a follower on Twitter hit me up, and she's dealing with something really tragic and hard right now. So if I could ask you guys a favor, she requested I share this. Her husband is in, lack of a better term, critical condition, and he's not in good shape, and she doesn't think he's going to make it. So she is asking that his name is Charles. It's her husband. She is asking that he's at New York Presbyterian. She's requesting that people call the congresswoman to basically, she doesn't give a shit about people who are sick, essentially. So she wants people to call the congresswoman and tell her, look, there's someone here, he's dying, and you need to come speak with people. There's going to be a rep there at the hospital with him, if in case she would show up. So it's Charles. He has cancer. He's from Brooklyn. So if any of you guys can, type this or screenshot or something. So it is Carolyn Maloney is the congresswoman in Brooklyn. He's a vet. Her phone number is 718-349-5972. I'm going to share on my Twitter. And even if you guys, if everyone could even call, or at the very least just share the post, because I don't know, that sucks. But she asked if I could share that, so of course I agreed. So I'm gonna share that on Twitter right now. So anything you guys could do, even just share, that would be amazing. So in any case, thank you guys so much for watching, especially so till 1 in the morning. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a fun day at work. But tomorrow night, there's another 3-hour debate. Woohoo! So it'll be 8 to 11 again, and I'll probably see you guys at 11:30 again tomorrow night. Tomorrow night won't be as exciting because Bernie won't be there, but it'll have Kamala, Biden, Tulsi, and I don't know, probably a bunch that nobody even knows. Oh, Castro, Yang, I don't know, probably a bunch of the 2%ers. So, oh, Lee, you just reminded me. They asked Warren tonight, do you say that you're a strong capitalist? Is that to differentiate yourself from Bernie? And she goes, no. So people can try and rationalize it all they want. She is a capitalist. She will not take it back. She even stands and claps for fascists when they say that socialism will never happen. Sorry, guys, just reading. Well, Biden said he's ready this time, so watch out. This time he might not be saying, my time's up, right? Oh my God, I'm going to be so freaking tired tomorrow. Thank you, Rebecca. Love you too. All right, gang, I will see you tomorrow night at about 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for watching, guys. Much love.